It is lights out, and away we go here in Bahrain. And who is going to get the lead into the first corner to make the way down towards the hairpin? Looks like both Car and Ben have an equal start, but a brilliant start for Chris Chaffin, who's trying to get in the middle, but he can't quite make it stick. Car's going to hang around the outside and hold it second. Look at that. There's been a bit of a collision there, but a great start for Perrin. He's up to third from ninth on the grid. What a start for Perrin, and he's up to third place. As it looks like the other runner of Quark has got damage. One that has got damage is Barcher's Claus. So Claus has got damage. There's been more damage. There's been flow up coming out the exit of turn 3 there. And Joseph Willows has got damage as well. So there's a few cars with damage on the first lap. Albert Quark there. Did De Rosa have any part in that in the McLaren as they make the way into the first corner? And yes, he did. He's also got damage to both McLaren. So it looks like, well, the McLaren's races is going to be ruined here.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, for Galloway actually is quite a bit lucky because he hit that...
Of the Ferrari driver, of course, had a great qualifying as now Lopez on the inside line. Meanwhile, Burns catching up to the back of Armar Car, so we could have a fight for the lead very soon as Lopez takes P4 from Chris Chatfield. Burn not close enough to get Car just at the moment, but he is definitely getting onto him as we complete the first lap of the race. Car leads, Burn in second, Perrin in third, Lopez in fourth, but it looks like Chatfield is not giving up yet because it looks like he's going to try and attack the championship leader back. Perrin sets the early fastest lap of the race as Chatfield back on the inside of Franco Lopez as he reclaimed the place, and you know what? I think he has. He's not giving way to the championship leader, and he reclaims the place, and now Roque wants a piece of Lopez here. All the cars with damage are now into the pits. Oh, there's a pit call for Decelli. He's got damage on the front wing there, so something has happened to Decelli going into the first few corners, and the rookie has got damage. Have a look and see. So he was battling with David Kupok into the first corner here, and there was the contact between the pair of them, and
the final corner.
Going to have a go. He's onto the inside line. Can Byrne take the lead from Carr into the final corner? And yes, he can. Evan Byrne takes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. But can Carr get him back on the straight like Chatfield did with Lopez earlier on?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Byrne made himself a bit vulnerable here with Carr having the chance to slipstream. Yeah, he takes the lead once again with ease a bit. The pictures of it, but yeah, Lopez made the move. A bit similar to the Jelly and Q-Pog.
Onto the inside line there. Chatfield's not going to be too happy. It's now Roque on the inside of Chatfield. Heading into the right-hander. Has he got the move done down the inside? Goes George Roque. He's thinking about the move. He's still on the inside. It's to go side by side. And Roque takes full advantage. And he's up into 5th place. I think Patel, yeah, he's got
suspension failure is out.
I think that's a transmission, actually, as he's out of the race, and, you know, it is suspension, you are correct, it looked like something else there, but Patel is out of the race, and we are now down to 20 runners, and now Byrne on the inside line of Armar Car. In the meantime, as Byrne got the lead off Car into the first corner, down the inside, and this time, he's got the move done. Evan Byrne now takes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Yeah, indeed, she desperately wanted to get the move done here, but didn't realize that Sonntag defended.
Got close to that Mercedes driver towards. Meanwhile, Chong on the back of Griffiths. More contact made there. She goes for another spin in the Lamborghini.
Hasn't learned from her mistake a couple of laps ago, and yeah, now paid the price.
Meanwhile, Galley's all over the back here with Michael Mocho. This is a fight for 8th position on the track at least, because I'm not sure of the gap with Galloway in front, because he obviously has a 10-second time penalty. But anyway, Gall on the inside line now then of Michael Mocho heading into the first corner, and I think he's going to get the move done. And the answer to that is yes. Miklos Gall is up into 8th position. In the Ferrari, let's see how quick this pit stop is going to be then from the Renault mechanics, of course, and it's a 27 laps of fuel, so that is a 2-stop for Jesus Perrin, so he is going to be pitting once more before the end of the race, obviously going different to what the front runners are in. An 8-second stop into this final turn. Byrne sets another fastest lap in the process, but Lopez is now tucked up right onto the back of Armar Car. Is this going to be the move done for the championship leader? Lopez on the inside now then of Armar Car. Car doesn't put up too much of a fight as they go side by side, heading down towards the first corner, down the inside, and Lopez gets the move done. Lopez up into 2nd place on this point, because I would imagine that Lopez is going to start to break away. Meanwhile, Chong on the back. Oh, clips her back, and once again she goes for a spin and really not learning from the previous 2 occasions.
Yeah, but we've seen that maybe Car was a bit better on acceleration, but Roque has the slipstream, he has the speed, and now he has the place, almost. There you go.
Down the inside he goes, and Roque is up into 3rd place. So after being the front of the bottle of the front of the train, in fact, Car has now lost the place to both Lopez and Roque is now onto the podium places. For the Renault driver, it must be said.
Yeah, absolutely. As the Jelly makes once again the same mistake as he made earlier in this race.
Has got more damage and more setbacks for the Italian rookie.
Yeah, that's, I mean, last race, as we talked about yesterday, he had a very clean, quiet race this time. In this late stage of the season, that will be interesting to see. As Griffiths is out, he has crashed.
That is not a mechanical failure. He has crashed out. Now, is that a driver error or did he make contact with someone at turn 1? But either way, Jamie Griffiths, who had quite a decent race, it must be said, is out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. And we are now down to 19 runners in this Grand Prix.
Yeah, Gloss was defending. So yeah, I think it was just, yeah, the contact was similar to what we saw in 2018 with Jetfield and Curtis, I think.
For Red Bull for his one and only pit stop. It should be a one stop, and yes, it is. He is going to the end of the race. So Byrne is now in for his one and only pit stop. So Lopez will take the lead temporarily, just as he's about to put a lap on Joantis Martins down the pit straight as Byrne finishes off his pit stop. An 8.3 second stop from the Red Bull mechanics as Lopez goes through. Roque will also go through, and I think he should come out in front of Carr, but let's see as he now comes down the pit lane. I am looking on the mini-map. Carr is coming down the pit straight now. Then I'm just looking to the right hand side, and yes, Byrne is just going to come out just in front of Amar Carr now then. So Byrne will rejoin in 3rd position.
In the provisional 2nd. Yeah, let's see who will have the quicker stop.
I would imagine it would be Lopez because he had a bit of a gap to Rogue, but either way, they're both in for their one and only pit stop of the race, both fueled to the end of the Grand Prix, and Lopez finishes off his pit stop meanwhile as Rogue having to wait a little bit longer, but eventually he gets going in the Red Bull now then. It was an 8.9 second stop from the Red Bull mechanics now then as they go trundling down pit lane. Let's see where Lopez is going to emerge. They're actually going to come out behind a few cars in fact, so Lopez is going to come out in 5th position. Kupop meanwhile is in for AlphaTauri from P7, so Roque will emerge in P6. Yeah, as we now look at Verderi now then, as he's made a mistake. Verderi's cracked under pressure and Galloway has gone through as a result. Oh, that Renault there.
I mean, after I was saying that he is having a good race, then he makes a mistake.
So he'll put on a fresh set of tyres and fuel now then, which will take him to the end of the race. A change of tyres and fuel for the Mercedes driver. 28 laps, he is going to the end of the race. Gal goes through, but he's still yet to make his pit stop, of course, in this race. A 7.8 second stop from the Mercedes mechanics. Lopez has gone through, and Roque should also go through as well. In fact, Roque has actually lost time now to Lopez, but eventually Roque does go through in the end there then. So Carr will be once again in 4th when both Chatfield and Gal make their pit stop.
What's happened? I think something happened to him. He has a problem. It's a puncture.
Okay, no pressure.
Lucky that he brought it back to the pits.
gear.
Oh no.
It is unfortunate for Jake Galloway there. Came back just in the nick of time to see that as Verderi also came into the pit on that lap really. So Jake Galloway's race, he was looking good even with the 10-second time penalty to possibly have a very good race today. But unfortunately, it's all come for nothing thanks to a puncture. And he's actually not fueled to the end of the race. What are Ferrari doing?
He will look behind to see what the gap is to as there's a problem for Q-Park.
And he had the pit indicator, but unfortunately his car has died before he reached the pit lane. And David Q-Park, I talked about how it could be double points for AlphaTauri today, but it's gone down the drain, and that tyre is coming onto the track. And that's the Alfa Romeo. That's the Jelly.
Oh, chaos.
Big crash there. Galloway just about avoided it, and everybody having to take avoiding action, but both Jelly and Q-Park are out of the race. Chelly's race was already ruined anyway, but it's basically compounding his misery thanks to that debris being on the track, and well, he is also out of the race along with David Kupok. Galloway, it must be said, very, very lucky he avoided that. Same with Michael Mocho as well.
But let's see where we join.
Okay, no pressure.
Yeah, indeed. I would imagine that he might actually come out behind Galloway, in fact, because Galloway was actually running quite quickly on those tyres. But, of course, we are expecting Galloway to pit once again. Well, he would have been behind Galloway, of course, but, of course, Galloway had his issues. And for some reason, Ferrari, unlike with Chatfield here, deciding not to fuel into the end of the race. And even people in the stream chat are a bit complex as to why on earth Ferrari didn't pull him to the end of the race. For Ferrari, of course, along with Decelli and, of course, Patel, although it seems that Decelli might... His chances of quite low. Oh, Byrne has a mistake. Going into the double left-hander. He's very lucky he's got a big lead out in front because...
There's no grass. But yeah, a bit of a concentration over there, but he has a big gap, so... make the final
Hold a
corner.
minute,
Get
hold
the
the phone,
slipstream.
hold the phone for a moment, because Perrin is out of the race again! Perrin is out of the race again. I noticed a pit indicator on Quark at the top of the def panel, and it's because Perrin has got another mechanical problem. But Byrne, this could be a crucial win for him, but it'll still put Lopez in the driving seat to win the title at the next race in Argentina as he comes onto the pit straight for the 57th and final time. It is going to be Evan Byrne who wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Here at Sakhir, a totally dominant performance for the Irishman. He keeps his title hopes alive, but for how long, of course, because Franco López will still be in the driving seat to take the title at his home race next week, as Galloway does beat Vaderi at the end, but it will only be on the track, so Vaderi will be in 8th. Valdinga will be in 9th, and I think Luo Chong, who was gaining onto Valdinga, is still going to keep Lamborghini's point streak alive, so Galloway does not get a point. Evan Byrne wins the race from Franco López in 2nd place. George Rowe finishes in 3rd, with Armand Carr, the pole sitter, not having the pace in 4th, with Chris Chatfield, a very impressive 5th, with Nicolas Gall in 6th. Michael Mocho is in P7, with Jake Galloway, who crossed the line in 8th, but because of his 10-second time penalty, he's going to drop out of the points in 11th, so Andre Vaderi will be 8th. Benz Valdinga is in 9th, with Luo Chong keeping Lamborghini's point streak alive and completing the points in 10th position.